Zigzags, you need to shuffle back a little bit more. Take your pillow with you. Make sure you're in the middle of a section because we're going to take our feet apart now, so you need to have a bit of space on either side. Check that you're in neutral. And with this exercise, we're working on the ankle joints, the knee joints, but in particular, I want you to think about the head of the thigh bone in the hip socket. That's where the movement's going to start. So you're going to slide your toes apart so that the feet, and think you're externally rotating your thigh bone in the hip socket. And then as far as you can, sliding your feet on the wall, you're going to take your heels apart so your knees come into internal rotation. And then take your feet apart again, keeping the heels on the wall, and again, pivoting on the balls of the feet, you're coming out wide. And then come back again, slide the heels in, keep the balls of the feet sliding inwards now, and the heels, until you end up back in the center again. So once again, you're going to slide the toes apart, externally rotating from the hips, pivoting on the balls of the feet. The feet stay flat on the wall, and then sliding the toes apart, and then pivoting on the balls of the feet. Go as wide as you can go, and then coming back again. Just checking all the time that you haven't got one foot up the wall and one down. They should be on the same level. Just rotating as much as you can each time, and then finishing back in the center. Still with the legs up the wall, we're going to do a version of a classical Pilates exercise, the spine curls. This involves moving the vertebra segment by segment by segment. Now, if you're a beginner to pick up Pilates, you might want to do this with your feet on the floor. So I'll just show you how to do that first. You'd need to put your feet back down, hip width apart and in parallel, starting with the pelvis in neutral. And then you're going to be curling your spine up from this position. But when you become more experienced with Pilates, you can try this version using the wall. So coming back again, you want to have your knees at a right angle to the wall like this. Again, checking your feet are hip width apart and parallel. Check that you start in neutral, arms down by your side. You're going to take a nice wide breath in. As you breathe out, zip up and hollow, and then curl just the base of your spine up off the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, zipped and hollow. You're going to roll your spine back down. Coming back into neutral. Breathe in, breathe out, zip and hollow. And you're going to curl a little bit more of your spine up this time. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen and wheel the spine back down. Breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, zip and hollow, and curling once again, start from the tailbone, and bone by bone coming up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen as you wheel the spine back down. Try and put 3 inches between each vertebra as the spine returns, with the tailbone finally landing, coming into neutral. Breathe in, breathe out, and slowly, bone by bone, curling up. Try not to brace your upper body, keep it soft and open. Don't use your arms to come up as far as your shoulder blades. Keep your neck nice and long. Breathe in, breathe out, and scoop in the tummy, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra, segment by segment. Keeping the zip and hollow muscles working the whole time. Coming back down to neutral. Breathe in, breathe out once more. Zip and hollow, tailbone comes up, bone by bone coming up off the floor. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, wheeling the spine, mobilizing every part, lengthening, and returning to neutral.